Hey, I won a couple auctions the other day. Do you guys want to check out and see what's inside of them? Let's do it. So, welcome to my channel, Bagoday Crochet, where we talk about everything that is yarn and crochet related, and sometimes knit. This sweater here, this vest here, is knitted, but I didn't knit this. This is from my good friend Gary from the YouTube channel Urban Yarn. He knitted this for me because he's such a good friend of mine and an excellent knitter as well. So I suggest, if you have not, you should check out Gary at the YouTube channel Urban Yarn. I will put a link below in my description box. Head on over there and you'll see that he is a master of every craft that he does: knit, crochet, pottery, art. He's great. But I do have a tutorial for this hat. It is crocheted. This is called my Stitch Sampler Beanie. Okay. Oh, and I have a tutorial for that blanket back there. It's called my Moments to Memories blanket. It's a diagonal cable blanket. It's easy. You can do it. All right. So I won a couple of auctions the other day. Now, I didn't really pay attention. It was like a lot of like stuff, you know, like crochet stuff. I didn't pay attention to what else was in them other than what I saw in each picture was a stack of hooks. Now, if you know anything about Bagoday, I'm a big time collector of crochet hooks. Been collecting for a long time. I collect any type of crochet hook, but there are two that I look for the most. Hero hooks. That is the only hook. That's a hook that I use when I crochet. It's a hook I learned to crochet on long ago, and it's a hook that I still use. And it's a hook that I continue to look for to add to my collection. And Gem. G-E-M. Sometimes those are a little bit harder to find than hero hooks. And both can be hard to find sometimes because they're vintage and they don't make them anymore. Now, I'm a collector of, like I said, all hooks in general. My favorite, though, are any type of vintage. I collect vintage boys, vintage Susan Bates. I like Arios. But like I say, any vintage hook is a win for me. But in this lot here, I don't know what's going to be in it. Couldn't tell. Couldn't see from the picture. All I saw was a pile of hooks. They look kind of old. And I'm like, I got to get them. I won 2 auctions. They both had a pile of hooks in the corner. Now, I always say, if I get it's always a gem when I get a gem. So hopefully I get a gem. Maybe not. If I get a hero, I'm happy about that too. If I get one hero or one gem in either one of these lots, I'm happy. Or just some old vintage boys, I'm happy because I love vintage hooks. But regardless, let's see what's in them. There was some other stuff in them too, but you know what? I didn't pay attention to any of that stuff but the hooks. All right, so I haven't opened a box yet. There's 2 boxes. Remember, it wasn't really I didn't pay too much attention to what else was in the lot of stuff, other than my eyes were drawn to looked like a stack of old hooks in the corner of the picture on both auction lots. And I'm like, yep, Bagoday's getting that. Now, one of these I paid $15 for, whatever was in the box. Let me see which one it was here. Let's see what this is. Okay. Oh, okay. One of them I paid $15 for, and the other one I think I paid $30 for. I can't tell you which is which. I don't remember, but I know that. Okay, so it appears to be a bunch of thread. Oh, if you know anything about Bagoday does not like thread. Not a fan of thread. Oh, that's hooked to something. Oh, somebody was making something. I used to be able to work with thread. In fact, I think maybe one of the last things I ever crocheted with thread was Evelyn a dress, pineapple stitch dress, long one, when she was first born. I think that might have been the last thing I ever crocheted. So we got a bunch of thread in here. It appears to be pretty thin. Then there's that number 10, most of it. Which here's some number 10 thread, I think. That's what I used to use when I would crochet things. Here's a brand new ball. J and P coats. That's Red Heart. Long ago, before it was Red Heart. Man, that's old. I like old stuff. Made in the U.S. by Coats and Clarks. Back in the day, huh? Yep. That's nice. See those hooks? You hear those hooks? I'm just showing you what else was in them here. Oh, this has got a price tag on it. Morris. 5 cents for a spool thread. Do you guys know that company? Morris Stores. I don't know. I've never heard of that. That's a very old price tag. Remember when they used to price tag things like that? Man, back in the day. This is old vintage. I hope those hooks are good. I hear them clanking. But I'm looking. Here's some more thread. Oh, I think it's all pretty old. Yeah, it's all the JP coats. So this is before size 30 thread. There's a lot of it. A little bit of number 10, 20. More. I can't believe that ball thread was 5 cents. 5 cents a ball from a store I never heard of. It's so interesting. Here's another one with the price tag on it. I can't read it. Belmont Stores. The price is ripped off of it. I gotta admit though, it's interesting whenever you see this old stuff like this, and when some of them have price tags on them still. Yeah, that's some old thread. Very much still usable. A lot of them are new balls. That's how the thread came back then, you know. This is cool. This is cool. But see, the label was right there. Tells you all about it right there. This is Clark's. This was before it was Coats and Clark's. Wow. That's some cool stuff. Oh, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. And then there's some books. Some old books here. 29-cent doily pattern book. 35-cent doily pattern books. These are all from Coats and Clark's. 35-cent knit and crochet. Oh, these are all knit and crochet and hairpin and tatted, I guess. Doily. Learn how to book. Coats and Clark. 35 cents. Oh, it's got someone's name written on it. Awesome. Cool. Cool. All the time favorites. Doilies. Wrought iron crochet. 10 cents in the US, 15 cents in Canada. That's so cool. Why is it always more in Canada? It's like what our yarn balls say. They'll say like $12.99 US or $15.99 Canada or something. That's super cool. Oh, it shows you how to make those things that look like little wrought iron things. I can make some of those, but not, I wouldn't do it with thread. I can't read a pattern, but I could just, that's cool. That'd be a cool design for the wall. I just have to use black yarn though. Handkerchief edgings. 10 cents for that book. Wow. Wow. Doilies, and more doilies. 10 cents for this book. Doilies, tablecloths, and bedspreads featuring 14 new pineapple stitch patterns. These books are old. 10 cents, man. Doilies. These look like thread edging. 10 cents for all these edging. It's got someone's name on it too. Awesome. Springtime doilies. Alright, so that explains all the thread. But that's not what I wanted. I don't want any of that. But I know someone who will. I want this bag of hooks. I couldn't see from the picture what was in it. I could tell there was some boy. Now, I'm almost certain there's going to be some steel crochet hooks in here for all this thread. That's fine. That's fine. I like steel. I like to collect old steel hooks. And by the looks of all this old books and old thread, I'm hoping we got some old hooks up in the sack. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how excited I am. I like the thread that it's so old and it's got the 5-cent price tag on it. I mean, that's super cool, man. I mean, 5 cents. It had to have been before my time. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember anything ever costing 5 cents. Maybe a gumball out of the gumball machine. Let's look at these hooks. I got another bag too. Oh, hoo, hoo. I'll wait to add to my collection. Alright, so we got a new boy. This is a 10 millimeter. It's alright, I can always use the 10s. And then we got a plastic, it's probably 15 or 17 millimeter. It's fine with me. Keep that one too. No, I'll keep it, but I won't use it because as you can tell it's tapered. Or inline. I only use tapered. But I'll still keep it for my collection. We have a boy that is new boy. Oh my gosh, it's a steel hook. I knew it. We got a steel made in the US. It's an old boy, not the oldest. Mediocre boy. How about that? This is a no-name plastic. Gosh dang it. This is a made in oh my crackies. I can't even read it. It's so small. It's an F, made in Germany. That's all it said. So I'm setting that one to the side. I'm gonna look up on that one. I like it. It's tapered head. I don't really use F's, but you know what? It looks pretty old if you ask me. I'm gonna do some investigation on that. Here we got an older boy steel. Number 10. That's what I always crochet. No. Did I crochet with 10? No, I crochet with the 7 when I use thread. It's alright. New boy. I don't care if they're new boys either. New boy. Come on now. Susan Bates. Old one. Well, made in the US. Susan Bates, made in the US. Made in the US, Susan Bates. Susan Bates, made in the US. Those were steel. That was steel. We got a new boy. Made in the US, Susan Bates. Oh, cool. Look at that. Look at the bottom on that. I don't have any like that. What is that? Anybody know what that is? Is that for help you with tension with thread? Or what is that? What is that? That's my first hook I've had with that. This has it too, actually, but it looks like it's covered or something. What is that? I know some of you will know what that is. Because I don't crochet with thread, so not no more. And I don't remember. This old hook. I don't remember. That's got to help with tension. That's got to be like a tensioner at the end, at the bottom. I could be wrong, but let me know. Gosh dang it, I snagged my sweater. I'm going to have to fix it with the steel hook. Alright, we got an unbranded plastic. That's okay. Unbranded, tapered. Come on now. This isn't looking promising for me. Ooh, we got another made in Germany size I. I'm going to take these two. It's the same as this one. I wonder if there was a time, because these look very similar. I wonder if there was a time that whenever the hero hooks were made in Germany that they didn't put hero on the label. That could be a high possibility. That's why I'm going to take these two right here. And I'm going to look into that because they look very similar to German hero hooks. But never know. Made in the U.S., Susan Bates. Made in the U.S., Susan Bates. Again, another one of those, I don't know if that's a tensioner or what that is on the bottom of it, but Susan Bates, made in the USA. Boy, that's a semi-old one. Boy, number 7. That's a mediocre old. Made in the USA. Number 7, steel. And then we got a size, this is made in the US, branded. It's probably a they just don't make them in the U.S. I'm gonna say that's probably a Bates before they started stamping on a bag. Not 100% certain, but you know, there's not really hooks made in the U.S. anymore, like like these types. So this is obviously an older one, and there was a time that they stamp the hooks of the brand a long time ago. So oh man, here is Susan Bates in the box. Smoother, faster. Made in the USA. Okay. Susan Bates. Made in US. 9mm. I'll keep that. I like those 9mm. I do have made in US, Susan Bates. I wasn't wrong. There was a lot of steel here. Steel hooks. There's an old boy. Made in the US. Steel hook though. Okay. I'm almost done with this pile. Then we're going to open the other box. Like I said, I don't remember what else was in it. I only cared about the hooks that I saw in the corner. We got an unbranded plastic. We got, this is a silver brand. Ooh, I don't have nothing like this in my collection. Alright, so it says silver. Let me see if I can get the focus on it. And then it's got 2 stars on the side of the name silver. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside and do investigation on that brand. That's a find for me. Something new I've never seen, never had. Unbranded plastic. Got some wood, bamboo or something. No, nothing on it. These look hand carved. These are handmade. You can tell by looking at them that these were carved by someone's hand. What a find that is. That is a find. Someone made this, and you can tell by looking at it, just by the wood, that it was hand with the carved with the knife. I can tell by looking at it. That is super cool, man. That's the coolest thing. That's cool. All right, it's going over here, and I got another one. That is so cool. You can just tell by the notches in it and stuff. There's no markings at all on it. It was hand carved by someone's stick in their yard. How amazing is that? What a find. What a find. This is a prize of my find right now. That's super cool. If only I knew who made these. Oh my gosh. They wrote the letter, I think, with a pencil. It has an I on it that's written with a pencil. Now I don't know if that, like, maybe they used a measuring thing to get the size right. Oh, now I know some people say those are hand carved, but I'm looking right at them and I can tell you 100% that someone hand carved these from a stick in their yard. I can tell by looking. Bagoday knows when something's hand carved, when it's not. Remember, I'm a big fan of the Victorian era. I know hand carved wood when I see it. This is nice. And what's great about it though is it does have a bit of an indentation, a curve to it, where you can tell they didn't get it completely straight there on the handle. That's amazing. I like that find. Here's another one of these silver hooks, silver brand hooks. That's super cool. Set that over here. What a find, man. I ain't getting no heroes or gems, but I got some cool stuff. Here's some more made in the U.S. These are all steel. Old boys. Besides this one, this has a number 11 on it. Let's look at the head. It's very tiny, but it is a inline, more than likely. That's an old Stephen Bates before they marked them. And then we got this. Okay, now the last one. On branded plastic. Now let's take a look at this because this could be a few things. Give me 1 second here. Sorry, I just want to get my tape measure. So, this to be certain. So this is a hand carved bone crochet hook. Now, I do have bone crochet hooks in my collection, so I can tell what it is. Now, bone crochet hooks will measure, I just want to be certain, 5 inches long, if they are indeed bone and not plastic, which a lot of people will sell plastic ones on eBay and say that they're bone. So you got to be careful with that. 5 inches on the nose. Here we go. Okay, so I know that indeed is bone. I could already tell by looking at it anyways, because I could tell that it's hand carved. Now, it is, you could tell it's hand carved, especially up by the shaft. There's no maker's marks on this. My guess would be, as far as sizing goes, it's got a slanted back head. It's probably a B, if I had to guess. Small hook, maybe a D, maybe a 3 millimeter or something like that. Now, by the design on the bottom, I can tell you that it's not like an early bone hook, like from, you know, they were really prominent in like the mid 1800s to the turn of the century. But when they made them and hand carved them, they were extremely intricate back then. But after the 1900s to 1930s, they made them more plain, like this one. So I'm going to date this hook to probably about that time. After that, they started making them more intricate again as far as carving wise. So I think, you know, this being no maker's mark, I can tell it's handmade. I can tell it's bone because I do have many bone hooks in my collection, so I do know. And it having not quite as an intricate design as many that I have. It's an old hook, you know, probably from the 1910, 1930 era. But, you know, I have some from like the 1850s, 60s. And they're a lot more intricate looking. But this is a very fine piece. You don't find bone hooks and a lot of hooks, for a $13 box of yarn or whatever I paid, $15, I can't remember, of hooks. And then all that thread and books. This was an amazing find. This was an amazing auction win for me. Okay, so all the aluminum boys I got are new. They're not old boys. All the steel boys I got were not extremely old, but they're not new either. They're just in the middle. I could tell that because the older boys have parentheses on the lettering after the boy. And the newer boy hooks, the writing is different than the ones that aren't quite so, the ones that are old still. And and I got a lot of old Susan Bates that were made in the U.S. Nice. I don't use Susan Bates, but I do collect them. And then I have these, which I do not have anything like this, which I'm going to look up tonight. Silver brand, and they have 2 stars after the brand. Never seen these before. Very good find for me. Bone hook is a very good find. I always enjoy getting a good bone hook. These are the price right here though. I love very seems very how do I put it, folk arty, or you know, like it's like someone just went in their backyard. And I can kind of, like, if you want to paint a picture of it, when I think about this right now. So these are actually, you know, they're hand carved, and I could tell they're hand carved probably by a man's pocket knife. And you know, it's not straight at all. But what I can picture is by the type of wood it is. I can just picture some man going out in his yard and picking up some sticks and carving some crochet hooks for his wife. That's what I picture. And what a nice story that would be if that was true. Is it true? No. But you know what? I don't know if it's true or not, but that's kind of what I picture when I see these. It's amazing find. And as you look, you can see how extremely crooked they are. It only adds to the charm of them being someone sat here and whittled these crochet hooks out of a stick. So lightweight. That's just that's got to be like a piece of pine or something. Nah, that's probably not. It's not pine. It's not not that soft. It's soft, but it could be maple. That's probably what it is. Probably maple. Those are cool. I love it all. I think that was money well spent getting these. These are super. You know, I have some handmade ones out of steel that somebody handmade out of pieces of old steel. Man, they're super cool. Maybe one day I'll show you guys. I have a very large collection, but maybe one day I will show you guys some of the cool ones. All right, I got one more box to open. Now, I don't quite remember what was in this box, other than I know it had hooks in it. Now, I didn't get no boy, or no hero, or no gem, other than, I don't care though, because I got some really cool hooks. Other than these two that are very, I mean, the writing on them, the way they look, the finish on them, and even everything about them reminds me of a hero. This one's stamped with the I, the other one was an F. And it says made in Germany, and almost the exact writing as a hero. It looks just like a hero. So I'm going to look it up if there was a time that hero did not stamp their hooks. More than likely there was. And I would guess, to me, if you know, only from the knowledge that I have from collecting hooks for so long, that these are unstamped hero hooks that were made in Germany. I could be wrong though, but I do know. I'm pretty certain that's what they are. But if not, that's okay. I'll find out what they are. I'll find out what they are. All right, let's open this other box. And my video's not that long. I'm so excited. I don't remember anything but the hooks. I just saw a pile. Oh my, this is really packed up. Oh, I do remember this. So we got this old pack. It's a complete set of a boy when they used to package them up this way. I'm going to look aside and see if it's the original boys that went with this pack here. I have this pack here of the 24 karat gold plated boys, but I don't have this colored pack here. I do remember this being in here. They don't sell for a lot on eBay. The 24 karat plated ones are a little bit harder to find nowadays, but I'm going to see if these are the original boys that went with the set. Yeah, they are. You can tell by the way the boy is written on them. So these are boy hooks that are not new, but they're not the extremely old ones either. So, you know, mid-range. Yeah, that's nice. So this is original. These are the original hooks. It's a whole complete set of them. And the box is in pretty well good shape. The lettering on the box has not came off. You can see all the sizes on there. It's a good score. It's a good score for me. Like I said, I have an exact set just like this. Only all the boy hooks are plated with 24 karat gold. But I've always seen this set before, but I just never purchased it. But I do now that I see it. I do remember seeing it in this picture, but I didn't pay that much attention to it because I just think I just assumed that they weren't going to be original, or I didn't know the case was going to be quite so well taken care of. It's a good find. I like that. Nice to add to my collection. Well, what? Come on now. I'm so excited. I love hooks. Oh, I love crochet hooks. This looks like knitting needles. Now. Oh my. Okay. Now, when it comes to knitting needles, am I a collector? That depends on what kind of what the knitting needle looks like. I do have some old, very old knitting needles. I generally do not collect them, as though it will depend though. These are Boy made in the U.S. Knitting needles. So I'm going to assume that, yeah, U.S. So these are gonna be, there's a lot of knitting needles in here, and they all appear, just by the looks of them, that they're Boy. Yeah, made in the U.S. There's crochet hooks in here though. I know there is. Okay, we got a yeah, these are all Boys. Plastic ones too. Have that. I don't think I have any plastic knitting needles. Boy, made in the U.S. Wood ones. No markings. Wait, here's some marking. Easy Knit, EZY, KNIT. I don't know about that. I don't know anything about that brand. I'll give it a good look though. I'm gonna set them over here though. There's no markings on it. It doesn't appear to be the same as that Easy Knit. This does have a size on it, so. All right, we got that's an old knitting needle. That's old, with a lot of use. No name, no brand. But I don't think it's hand carved. But it's still old. It's had a lot of use. And it's a day. These have no maker's marks or anything on them. Don't know anything about these. Like I said, I'm not extremely familiar with knitting needles as I am crochet hooks. So, but I can tell they've been used a lot, which is what I like to see in an old hook, anyways. You know what? The more used the old hook is, the more character it is for me. Think of how many items. Think of how much stuff. How many things that knitted. Can you imagine? This old wooden one here, so used up. You can tell by looking at it. It's so used up, I almost thought it was hand carved, but I can tell that it's not by the end. But it's been used so much. All the things it made over its days. That's the character in the old hooks. I love it. I like the worn ones are nice. Unless you're collecting, like, say, the old hand carved bone ones and stuff like that, you probably want them to look pretty nice, because some of those really ornate ones can fetch some pretty pennies. But okay, circular needles from Prescott Plastics. I don't know anything about that either. Same thing. Oh, Boy. Circular. Whole bag of Boy here. Boy, 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 boy. Circular, circular. Alright, and another Boy. And these little dooley dally things. Not interested in that stuff. Well, I'll keep them. I'll keep them. I don't know if I'll keep all these knitting needles because I don't. Like I said, I collect special ones that I think that I have interest of. I really like that wooden one that has no name and no marker. I was looking at it so closely, like I said, because it almost looked hand carved because it's been used so much, but I can tell it's not. But I have no maker's name on it, no size on it. It's just been heavily used. And that is a keeper for me because I like to try to think about and dream about all the things that was made with it. It's a pastime of mine when I look at my old hooks. More knitting needles. Well, I know there's crochet hooks in here. Okay, we got some boy. These are the boy with the parentheses, so those are the older ones. Ooh, that's not an old one. Is it? Loops and Threads, that's Michael's. I don't know when. Okay. Loops and Threads. Big old knitting needles. Aluminum knitting pins. Boy, with the parentheses, made in the U.S. New York, Chicago, and San Francisco. Yep. So, I would imagine that is what the same brand that the green ones are here, right here. These are heavily used, though. I'll probably keep those. Here's some boy plastic, old boy plastics. These are new boys. Let me look at the top. Yeah, newer, pretty new. And we got some more of these. The old boys with the parentheses. Zephyr knitting needles. You guys know anything about that? Perfect points. Wear resistant. Doesn't look like made in the U.S. No. U.S. size 3. It's from the Murphy Company. Whoa, I'm gonna keep that in a pack there. Gotta keep them in the pack. Oh, it's another crochet hook. Let me look at this. I'm gonna set these needles down, knitting needles down. There's just a bunch of boy ones that don't appear to be extremely old, but still old enough to be made in the U.S. I mean, they're in the mid-range of age. Nice wooden hook here. It wasn't hand carved. Tips broke off of it. Could have been somebody could have made it on. I don't know. It's machine made. It's still nice though. It's a nice old wooden hook, wooden crochet hook. Here's some more knitting needles. The Zephyr brand again, and Crafter's Closet. So like I said, I don't know a lot about when it comes to knitting needles. Like they're not much. Jeez, that's a lot of knitting needles. Big old 17 hook. All right, let me just take a quick peek at what we got here. There's some bamboo ones. They don't appear to be very old. Boy. That's an old Susan Bates. Keep that one. Boy. Ooh, that's an old boy. Keep that one. I mean, these are all older boys, but some of them are not extremely old. They're like the mid-range boy as far as old goes. All boys made in the U.S. Besides that, Susan Bates is unbranded. Yep. Alright. And we got some more bamboos here. These are just, what are these? Susan Bates. Wooden Susan Bates. It's different though, you can tell by the top. It's not the same as this one. It has a different top on it. This one has no mark, this has a makeup mark. I'll probably keep that one. Okay, boy, boy, boy. All made in the U.S. Boy knitting needles on the side of, they're not like new or nothing, but they're not like super vintage. Maybe a couple of them are pretty old, but some more bamboo ones still in the bag. Isn't it? Man, this is so much fun. Plastic, two end. Alright, so the majority of these, the rest of these are all, boy, like I said, they're not new boys, but they're not the old ones, extremely old ones either, so mid-range. Some of them look a little bit older than others, but I only keep specific knitting needles. I will keep this wooden Susan Bates. And I'm going to keep this old Susan Bates right here. And wait a minute. This old boy. I guess I could tell it's probably the oldest one of the bunch. And this old Susan Bates. And then I was going to keep these only because I love all the wear and tear on them. They are remarkable. And these are Boy brand because I have a brand. There's a pack of them here that are the exact same, just hasn't been opened. So wear and tear on these I like. Like I said. Alright. I think this might be the crochet hooks. In this nice old pouch. That was a lot of knitting needles, wasn't it? Crikeys. Alright, what we got here? I'm gonna set that to the side. Susan Bates. These are made in Mexico. Bates made in Mexico. Oh, this is something for, it's a hem gauge. Oh man, I love old stuff. I love old stuff. I'm still on here just talking away here. Here's some old darning needles from Boy. Made in the U.S. Okay, I'm going to try to get through these real quick so you don't have to sit here with me all day. And listen to me go goo gaga over some old hooks, because that's what I do. Oh, plastic yarn needle. Okay, we got a heavily used steel hook, unbranded. Okay, I have crochet hooks like this, only they're gold. They just say Japan on them. They're aluminum and gold. I don't have a steel. I actually could never really find much about them. The crochet hooks that I have that say, they just say Japan on the back, and they're solid gold and aluminum. So not solid gold, they're aluminum, but the color gold. This is the same brand, but steel. I don't have any steel ones. It's a nice find for me. Made in the U.S. Boy. Ooh. Okay, that's an old one. It's It's a new Susan Bates, darning. Boy, gripper thing. Okay. That appears to be handmade too. You know what I almost think? That these came from the same estate auction. And I bet the person that sold them separated the knitting from the crochet hooks. And maybe some of the crochet, you know, to sell them that way. I almost bet. Because this is another one, hand carved crochet hook. That was like in the last batch. That's going to be my guess on that. Could be wrong. Been wrong a lot, but you know, I'm just taking a guess. Some of these I'll look up later and see, but we got some steel old boys made in the US. This one is a Millward made in England. I don't got any of these. It's a good find for me. All right. New boy. New Susan Bates. Huh. Huh. It just says patent pending, size 11. It's a good score, keeping that. Plastic hook, another 17.5 millimeter, I think, plastic hook. This is a semi-new Susan Bates, mediocre new. Hero! I got a hero! USA made hero. We got a, this is an unbranded, I would say an unbranded Bates, but you know what, it's, yeah, it probably is because it's made in the US. They didn't mark all the Susan Bates back then. So, got another hero. 2 heroes in this bunch. Made in US, size F. Come on, come on. Got an old Susan Bates here. Made in US. Got another hero. Made in US, size K. Nice, nice. Oh, we got old boy. Old boy, size K. You can tell that's an older boy because it's got the parentheses around the B. And just fell out of my hands were 2 more hero hooks. Amazing, amazing find. They're both made in the US. I got an E and a G. Excellent, excellent find on these. Here's the old H boy. I like the old boys. This is unbranded. This looks like maybe could have popped on the end of a handle holder or something. Possible, possible. I like that. I like the old boys. Oh no! I dropped that hook. Old boy. Is it hero?
Hero C.
Ooh, a hero C. Nice. USA made. Yeah. Oh, we got a hero in Germany, which I think is the exact same as the thing as I got. That's unbranded right now. Or that doesn't have the hero match on it. It's, it just don't, that's the same hook. They just didn't stamp a hero. I know it. I'm going to look into that though, like I said. And see. Wait a minute. Gosh, this is a good find. These were good. I'm so happy. Okay, we got unbranded steel. Appears to be it's a USA made, probably Susan Bates. With the inline on it. Old boy steel. New boy. Old boy. Made in the US, Susan Bates. Hero. G. Love it. Almost done here. Patent pending again. Ooh, I gotta look those up. That's super, super cool. Okay, then we got a pack of boys here. And these are all new. Made in China. And then we got another one of these. I think they went into, you know, no, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. Look at this. This is like a, what is it when it's got the hooks on both ends? It's got the, hooks on both ends. It's old. It's dented up. It's rusty. It's got a little bit of decor there in the center. You can see it up right there, there, and there. But it does have the crochet hook tip on this end, which is very bent. And this end appears to be a small hooks are hard to see. It is a hop me. They're tapered. So that would suggest to me that it is not a Susan Bates. Wait a minute. No, they're tapered. I'm not looking at that. I love that crooked. I love how it's crooked. I love how it's old, worn, and I love the decor in the center. Definitely a good find for me. We got some off-brand plastic hook here. And we got another wood. This one is not hand carved. This is, I mean, look at the bottom. No, this one's machine made. Oh man, what a find. What a find I had in those two auctions. So that was amazing find. So like I said, what I think happened was where I bought these two lots came from, and it's probably in state auction, and they just separated them because I got 3 hand carved crochet hooks, and man, those are cool. Those are cool. And one of them was in this lot, and the other one was in the other. One just had mostly knitting needles, and the other one had all crochet hooks. But I'll tell you what, the one that had knitting needles had a lot of the older boys, and it also had all the hero hooks I got today, which is my favorite. Oh, and I got that bone hook in the last one, which is cool, you know. Oh, and this set was, because like I said, I have the gold ones, but I don't have those in the case and everything. It's clean. A lot of times you'll find the boy has worn off of it, and the lettering has worn off of it. So I'm happy about that. I'll keep that. And I like the steel one made in Japan. Like I said, I have aluminum ones that are like this. I can't never find any information out about them, but I do like that. And then I got these patent pending ones. I've never seen anything like that. I think that's super cool. I'm not going to go over them all, but man, I got some super cool hooks. Oh, and these silvers with stars on them. You guys know anything about any of them hooks, let me know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 9 heroes, and I'm almost 100% certain that those other 2 that were marked made in Germany, the exact same way that the German hero hooks are marked, are hero. But I will look into that. I'm certain that there was a time that they did not mark hero on them, because there was a time that they did not mark Susan Bates or Boy on their hooks either. So, what an amazing find. I'm super happy, man. I can't meet what I said. I paid between $13 and $15, I think, for one box, and I think maybe 30 for the other. Not over 30. I can't remember, but that was worth every penny. I mean, these are worth every penny. These hero hooks. This is my prized possession. Fact. I love them. And these hand carved ones, man, these gotta be second best for me. Only because I made up a story in my head, and I'm gonna roll with that story. I told you it. And like, I love it all. Okay, I'm gonna go. I like the bone hook. I'm gonna research all this stuff, the ones that I don't know much about. If you know anything about the brands that I didn't mention, please let me know in the comments. But man, what a score. What a score. What a score, what a score. What a mighty good score. Yeah. Talk to you guys later, okay? It's a good day for Bagoday.